and all these things need to happen, but you're not going to be able to have the vision for that, nor have the resources to execute what's needed. So you're gonna have to wait and like be in process until
that hurry up and wait
process,
part
bro.
is crazy, bro. The reason why it's crazy for me is because in the waiting, and do I just do nothing? Do I give up? You know, that's the part
That's
right
the
there.
hard part. Am I supposed to do something? Am I supposed to be doing something? Am I supposed to be sitting here waiting for you to say something to me? What am I supposed to be doing while I'm waiting?
Yo, welcome to the cave with Mel, Troy, and Lace. The podcast where men can have a safe space. We on all platforms. You need to tune in, hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Welcome to Melody, the podcast where men can have a safe space. Welcome to Melody. Welcome to the cave with Mel, Troy, and Lace.
Hey, what's going on, man? It's your boy Melly Mel, aka Meek Mel, aka your favorite truth teller, aka if you don't want to know,
Don't ask me. It's your boy T. Roy, your neighborhood hope dealer. If you need some hope, I got some you can borrow. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow.
What up, world? It's your boy Dave. Dave has wings. I'm back in here and doing my thing. Keep your mind elevated. Keep your feet on the ground. Subscribe to the pod. Keep polishing that crown.
Hey, you practice that?
Always. In my head, I'm like, I can't mess up the intro.
Keep polishing that crown.
You know what I'm saying?
Keep polishing that crown.
Hey, y'all pray for our boy Lace. He got the flu.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's that
Bro,
season.
he stay sick. He stays, and
Weak
I was
immune system.
he stay sick.
Weak
bro.
immune system.
Pray for our boy Lace. He's not feeling too good. He's got the flu, so he's unfortunately unable to be in the studio with us today. But we definitely want to still be here for you all, our community, the Cave Gang. We do want to let y'all know a couple things. One, we have merch. Merch is ready to be purchased. You can find it, the link in our bio.
Yep.
If you're watching on YouTube, it is in the description. If you are listening, you can find the link on our Instagram page, our Facebook page, our TikTok maybe too. You can in our link tree, you can go get the merch, get your hoodies, get your t-shirts, your premium t-shirts, black, gray, all that type of stuff. It is cold outside.
I was just about to go there. It's cool
Hoodie
out.
season.
It is hoodie
Well, hey,
season.
look, it's hoodie season one of these days. Because
We in Charlotte.
It's kind of hoodie season.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure.
It's hoodie season.
Make sure you get your hoodies.
Nice and cozy.
This is the time to do it. It's a great Christmas gift. You feel me?
Yeah.
For all the ladies out there who are looking for Christmas gifts or looking for any type of gift for your husband or your man, your boyfriend, your friend, all that type of stuff, your father, go ahead and get them a t-shirt. Go ahead and get them a t-shirt or a hoodie. They will greatly appreciate it because when they see it, you can explain to them what exactly the bear represents, and it represents how men present themselves. We are beat up by society, but we still come present. I don't know, Mel. I was hoping you could jump in and explain the bear. Mel was describing the bear one day to somebody, and I was like, "Yo, that's actually a good idea."
Oh my goodness, bro.
Bro,
Hey, I'm about to call HR. I'm about to put you on
He
the
had us all the way to the end. I was about to. He had us all the way to the end, bro.
You about to be on a PIP. What's the
Yeah,
performance improvement plan?
he had us all the way to the end, bro.
explain the bear. And
The bear, okay. I don't think we've ever like actually talked about the bear,
Yeah.
like what it actually represents, because people just think it's like a cool logo. It does have meaning though.
Yes.
And the bear is representative of basically like a symbol of strength. Everyone knows a bear is a symbol of strength. Like when you think about kids, when they think about security, their teddy bear, that's one of the things that they grab. So it's a symbol of strength and safety. The patches and things on there, like how we represent, basically saying the challenges of life, the things that we take on, the struggle of our mind, the scars of life that we kind of just stitch up and continue to carry on through. So
Yes.
those represent life's scars, but in strength and safety as we represent in the bear. So it's just a different meaning, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So showing strength through, showing what we carry, stuff that, we patched up, but we making it basically.
We patched up and we're making it. So get the merch. Get the merch.
We patched up, but we making it.
Patched up what we making. And when you give it to your mans, tell them, hey, I see you as this. You patched up, but you making it. Yeah, good stuff. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. We're gonna go back to the marriage, but I don't need to have like the mission and the vision. I just show up. I'm here.
Everybody
am
needs the
here.
mission and the vision.
But I'm dedicated to the mission and those are words. I'm dedicated to the people.
That's the
I feel
Like
that.
like
I feel that until you get ready to present it to the rest of the world. So you don't need the mission and the
Exactly.
vision until you got to give the mission and the vision.
true. All right. As
Dog, but I appreciate your salesman skills though.
Nah,
you was
you was
on it with the merch.
You was in there.
whenever we are going to pitch for a loan or something like that, just let me be in the. I'll do the presentation
Right.
part. Y'all do the
You
words.
can click the slide.
Yeah, I do the sides. I do the slides.
For real. And while we selling stuff, go subscribe to the Patreon, man.
Yes.
We got Patreon. We just have not done the due diligence of putting content and things up there yet. It's been something that we've been working on in the background because we wanted to put something together for y'all specifically. So over the next few weeks, we will start to have digital products, resources, content, different things like that will be available for you all. We are not changing the tone, but we realize just from a lot of the feedback that you all are looking for a little bit more past the conversation. Like the conversation is great, but a lot of y'all are also wanting to get some type of game, some actions that you can take, things that you can apply in your own life to find success or just do some of the things that we're talking about. So that's a lot of what we're going to be putting on Patreon, showcasing, offering to y'all. We'll start making episodes around this content as well, just create conversation. But we will have content, we'll have resources. I'm talking about everything from ebooks to guides to checklists, different things that we're working on right now that will be available. And we will have special offers for the first few subscribers. So what do we say, 25?
First 25.
First 25 people who subscribe for the free. And you can subscribe to Patreon for free. We are not charging y'all to subscribe to the Patreon. We will be offering subscription models for those who want more. But if you just want to get over there, you want to support, you want access, you can subscribe for free. So go to the Patreon. We'll put the link up in the description or try to put it on the page or something like that. But you can go to the Patreon app and just search Manly D's and it should pop up. So go ahead and do that. First 25 people will get access to the digital products that we'll be putting up and some other bonus content that we may come up with.
Yeah, and if you already bought material, we're not doing returns, so you can get a discount. All right, so if you bought stuff, you paid the full price. All right, for the future stuff, you get the discount,
Bruh.
PIP. That's Pip,
Bruh.
Your new nickname finna be
Look.
Pip.
Actually, for the people who actually already bought merch, because I know the people who have.
Yeah.
So for the ones that already bought merch, I have y'all names. We'll come up with some type of discount code for them.
Yeah,
Maybe get access
most
to a
definitely.
free Peaches digital content or something like that because they took action.
Ultimately, I think the goal is to just deepen the relationship, right? Like, so
Facts.
people are listening, people are watching, people are commenting, all those types of things. But it's going from just listener to actually like building a legitimate community for men to be able to come together. So the Patreon is the first step towards building an actual community for people to be, together, be able to have conversations, talking to comments, see other folks. For those who want to take that relationship further than just listening week to week.
Most definitely. Can we do this real quick too? If you have purchased merch, can you take a photo of yourself in the merch and send it to us? Maybe we can feature
Or just post on your page and tag us or something.
Yeah, that'd
post
be
it
dope.
on your page, tag us. We would love to see what it looks like on you guys, see our supporters and things of that nature. So yeah, love to connect with you all on that part. Now, can we get back to the conversation?
Yes, we can.
All right.
Okay.
We
So
back.
you talking about growth and like, bruh, when I got married, I thought I knew everything that is to be known about being a man, about being a husband, about being a leader. And bruh, was I wrong? I was wrong.
What age did you get married at?
I got married. I got married at 26
Mm.
in Lee's age range, thinking I knew everything, and I just got a rude awakening, thinking that just because I am the man, that I know everything and where we should go and things of that nature, and you should just listen.
Mm.
And brother,
That's interesting to hear it coming from you.
no, for real. Why you say that?
Because just in our conversations, usually I'm the one that sounds like that, and you're more so trying to coach me through like consideration.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying? So I that's why I said it was
Yeah,
interesting.
it sounds
to
like
hear.
you're at the other end of the spectrum now.
Yeah.
Yeah, most
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. I definitely am. Because I quickly learned I'm not going to be able to catch flies with this vinegar that I'm getting. I need more honey.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And so for my wife, I learned that leading is learning more about the person that you are in relationship with. And being able to meet them where they are, and provide the things that they need, personally, you know what I'm saying, so that they can trust you where the direction where you're going. And
Yeah.
plus, when you get to know them more, you know more about what they need. You know what I'm saying? And because as I'm growing up, y'all gonna laugh. The gifts that I used to give my wife, we just start at gifts. The gifts I used to give my wife, all electronics. I'm talking about.
You was giving her the stuff that you
that's
like.
what I was about to say.
You was getting, this is how I want to be treated.
Exactly.
So let me buy you some electronics so you see.
Exactly. It was headphones. It was iPads. It was computers. I was like, yeah, you like that, don't you?
That's
She was like-
expensive.
Like, yeah, like that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even trying to be expensive. I was just like, I know you would like it because I know I would like it. And she was like, oh, this is nice.
Mm.
But the stuff that she liked is stuff that I wasn't into. I didn't have a draw to it. Like, for instance, she's into going seeing plays and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I don't want to go see no play, but she like it. So if she likes it, I have to do things to enter into her world instead of telling her you live in my world.
Yeah.
It's like we have shared worlds. She comes over in my world a little bit. She watches me play video games. She will watch my dumb humor stuff that I like to watch. And my adult cartoons like my Rick and Morty's. Bruh, one day she said something about Dragon Ball Z and she made sense, and I was like,
It's like that meme. We're like,
bro, I almost took my panties off at that moment.
I believe it.
For real. I got,
bro.
it got a little moist.
Hey, bro.
I got a little moist at that moment.
You gotta.
doing the most. Doing the most, bro.
And so if her coming into my world knowing some of my things made me feel like that, then I too needed to go into her world to know some of her things to make her feel the same.
I mean,
way.
that's the beautiful thing about marriage in general, right? Is you're establishing like a culture within your home. And to your point, it's less of, in my world, and in my point of view, it's less of kind of us having our own worlds and being more of like, how do we build a world together that we both exist in? And then we start to invite our family, our community, the people that are around us into that world. So it's like you can't do that if, to your point, you don't understand the components of what's going to be built in. Like all of this is still kind of like, it's like puzzle pieces. But the difference is like, I feel like you have to work together to establish that picture of what it is, and then the puzzle pieces it's like a transformative puzzle, if you will. Where the puzzle pieces will start to shape to the vision that y'all have, that y'all start to build together. But if you're not connected on what that vision is for your household and for your family and for whatever it is you want, then like y'all will start trying to put pieces
Puzzles
together that
with no
don't
picture.
fit.
With no picture. Yeah.
Puzzle with no. I just said this the other day.
Yes.
For real. No,
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. I was just talking the other day about how that's how I felt like not the whole time, but at times marriage just felt like I'm putting together a puzzle with no picture.
Yeah.
Like no, some puzzles come like that. It's just a puzzle with no picture on the box. You're just supposed to be surprised at. That's how I've been feeling, like surprised. Like here go the pieces. And sometimes I feel like, you know how you get frustrated and you think it fits, so you try to punch it down into. That's how I feel sometimes. Like I'm trying to punch the pieces down into the puzzle because it's just like, bruh, trying to figure out marriage and the many nuances and the changes, different things. Like we talked about it before. I think the one thing and it sounds crazy, the one thing I just never considered about getting married originally was just the fact that we may change, or like my wife may change, or like the person I'm marrying right now is not the person she's gonna be a few years from now, whatever. And then when it started to change, when she started to change, not just her but me, it was just like, this don't look like what I thought it was supposed to look like. You know, you start getting frustrated trying to figure out, and you always feel like you're learning. Like you always feel like you're learning. It's like every time you think you figured it out, you gotta learn something new.
Yeah.
That change in context, yo. It's interesting too, because it reminds me of I remember, granted this ain't the best picture of marriage, but it's a picture of marriage. It reminds me of the conversation I've seen Will Smith talk about in interviews when him and Jada met. What's her name? Ruby D. And they were.
Who was Ruby D?
She's just like a very well known. I want to say actress.
This is somebody that was interviewing him.
No. Well, he's talking about this interview, but he was talking about meeting them. She's like an older black celebrity, like
Oh,
well-known
okay, got you.
person,
Okay.
and they were meeting her for the first time.
Yeah.
Or not, maybe not for the first time, but they were meeting with her and having a conversation. And she was saying, I think they were, Will and Jada had been together at that point, maybe like 10, 15 years or something like that. Like something where you would be like, okay, like y'all been married for a minute. And they were having a conversation. She was like, oh, how long y'all been married? And they told her, 15 years, 17 years, whatever it was. And she was like, shit, you don't even know him yet. Y'all don't even know each other yet. You know what I'm saying? Because you talk about somebody who's probably been in a relationship 40, 50, 60 years with somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They have a different, deepened perspective on like what it means to really know somebody and spend time with them, and like what a really fully developed, committed relationship looks like. You know what I mean? So she's like, y'all just scratching the surface. And I think one of the interesting things, I don't know where I heard it, somewhere online for sure, just taking in content, but they were talking about if you could think about your relationship in the terms of like a child's development.
Yeah.
Right? Like what is a 5-year-old really like?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They probably just now learning how to tie their shoes. They probably mix it up and put their shoe on the wrong foot sometimes.
Yeah.
They really getting vocal, their personality coming in, they're really energetic, they want to do everything, they want to touch everything. Like our relationships can kind of start to mirror those things, you know what I mean, from a development perspective. As we grow as people, like our relationships are kind of similar to that in terms of growth stages, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like you hit 12, 13, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, your relationship's like a teenager.
Yeah.
Right? Where it's still like one of those things where it's like we feel like we know it.
I
We
should
feel like I
figure it
know
out by
myself.
now. I
Really.
know
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
exactly.
I know
But
it
it's
all by now.
still-
We should be figuring it out.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, but you ain't grown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's real.
Yeah. You know
I
what
never
I mean?
looked at it like that.
Lace said something like that a couple episodes ago. He was like, when you could be 15 years in marriage, it's like if you look at it like at life, you are just now getting your learner's permit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like you still kind of growing in that area. Yeah.
Facts.
I definitely felt I was like you, Troy. When we first got married, I was like, I know what I'm doing. Sit back,
Right.
and enjoy the ride. Kind of just like, you know what I'm saying. Like I was not good at like consulting or inclusion or any of that type of stuff that's necessary for marriage. Like I wasn't necessarily considering Sharita's opinion when I was making decisions or asking her what she thinks about things. I was kind of just like, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Here's what we doing. Blah blah blah. And it wasn't like a back and forth type of conversation type of thing. And she always used to kind of say, not that she didn't feel included, like she not inclusion wasn't the word that she used, but kind of just like left out.
Yeah.
Like left out. And then I realized I was struggling to push the vision of our family because I was the only one that had it.
Yep.
You know, because I never took time to include her in what it was that I felt like we should be doing as a couple. And I never really was like, all right, how do you want to contribute? What do you have in mind of things that you may want to accomplish? I just had all the stuff that I wanted to accomplish because I felt like everything that I wanted to do helped the family. So then I felt like, all right, well, my list is great because all the stuff that I'm doing is benefiting you too. So you should be on board with what I'm, doing. And there were certain things where she was like, well, I got my own dreams too. Like I got my own stuff that I want to do as well. So then I would always feel like, why are you pushing up against my plan? Like, why are you butting heads with me about what it is I'm doing? And I never really understood like she had things that she wanted to do. Too. And then once I figured that out, it was like kind of like, all right, what are you looking to accomplish? What is something that you have on your list that you want to do? Like, how can we work together to create like something that's, for both of us? Because I never really thought of it like that because I always felt like it was my job to be the head, the head and tell my family where they're going and take us all. So I never once thought like, not that it was okay to consult my wife, but just like, I just never thought that I needed to because it was my job to kind of just come to her and say what we were doing.
Yeah. If you look at the history of kings and things of that nature, like that lead nations, even in the Bible, you will see that when people were kings, they also had wise counsel that was around them that they consulted when they were how to deal with other countries, how to deal with their nation, how to deal with their current nation, go to war, all that type of stuff. And it's so amazing that, we see ourselves as the head of the household, but we don't go to our wise counsel. Bro, you'd be surprised how many times my wife has saved me from certain things. She was like, hey, you should consider this. No, I don't want to do that. And then I get into it. I was like, I think I should consider that.
I probably should have done that.
I probably should consider that. Yeah. So it's amazing though. It's like, the amount of pride that swells up inside of us that makes us think that we have it all figured out is like, just follow me where we going. And it's like, hey, but also include me in that process of where we going. Yeah.
A lot of my experience over the last 3 years has been the opposite. So I was raised single mother, mostly by Black women, and everybody is like a go getter. Like everybody's like a do the thing, make the thing happen. So I really just been kind of, you know, along for the ride and kind of just like being able to kind of like guide in certain contexts as I'm getting older, and they like see, oh, you doing business, you doing this, you doing that. So I've been able to kind of like steer from the back seat almost to a certain degree, because y'all, you gonna be gung ho and go do what you want to do. Like, but now in being married now, it's a situation where she's looking for more of that like traditional leadership, where she's looking for me to kind of make those decisions and set the path forward. When I had to like, so that's one of the things that I've had to learn is like, not that it needed to be less collaborative, but that like, if we go back to the puzzle analogy, it's like she made me looking for me to have a quarter of it, kind of figure it out, and then start to bring her in. Versus I'm looking at it like, yo, why you not helping pieces on it? Like, you know what I'm saying? But she's like, nah, like this is, you know what I mean, just based off of how she was raised from, like, and that's more of a traditional, you know what I'm saying, mindset and more of a traditional background, which just wasn't my experience because my dad passed when I was young. So it was always just, you know, being around it. And previous relationships were kind of like that too, where the women were a little bit more like go get or even encourage me to do things, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then now it's like the situation is flipped on its head. And that's one of the nuances that I've been kind of exploring, you know, with my wife now, and especially now that we have our first child. The other thing that it made me think about when you were talking about just the inclusion piece and like going like, yo, and sit back and enjoy the ride. There's a homie, Belief, who has a fatherhood mentorship group that I've been a part of for the last couple weeks.
Oh, you part of that joint?
Yeah. I've been popping in that joint.
Dope.
Yeah,
That's dope.
it's been good, man. But he just dropped a book, Father Yourself First. And one of the pieces of content or things that he talked about, he was promoting the book, what he was talking about, or maybe he said it in the group, I can't remember, but he was just talking about how like in business for a while, when they were building up, you know, the business that they were doing around fatherhood and the family was in the content and all that, he said he was like on a ship and he was like moving things forward and we were on this journey, but he realized everybody else was on the ship board because he didn't give them any roles to do. He didn't say like, yo, what do you want to do it? What do you want to, like, what are you good at? What do you want to do? How can you assist and where we're going? He didn't give anybody. So everybody's along for this ride and everybody's, you know, having a horrible time. And he's like, but I just need to get us to this point.
To this destination.
And then we good to go. And then everybody can have whatever they want.
Yeah.
But in the process, you know, everything's falling apart because, you know, you're just so focused on like pressing things forward without having that counsel. And even to your point about wise counsel too, like even just having something like this is being on the pod for me has been, or joining the pod is like another kind of like check mark on a list of answered prayers that was just about being in community around other men because of this stage of my life right now. No, for real.
We answered a prayer?
No, legit.
Bless
legit.
the Lord.
No, legit.
Right. Troy snatched that, blessed it out there.
Right.
So
like,
it's that.
I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that gym. I'm gonna put that one in my crown right here.
Snatched that right out there.
Yeah, but no, for real. Like again, just in terms of the church community that we're a part of. Being able to be in that group with Belief, being on the pod, like all of those things. I intentionally prayed this year I wanted to be in community amongst a diverse group of men.
That's fine.
Like
That's what's
to
up.
be able to have conversations, to be able to explore what's going on with marriage, to be able to go explore what's going on with fatherhood and all the things. So this has been a really dope experience. Now we kind of getting towards the end of the year to see kind of all these things kind of like
come together.
Yeah, to see all the fruit of all of those, you know what I'm saying, of all those planted
That should
seeds.
be.
Yeah, man.
That's what's up.
It's been dope.
Couple things. One, you mentioned the part about coming in a single parent household. I too came from a single parent household. And I felt like when you said that, I was like, oh, snap. I didn't realize it. We live life based upon what life handed us.
Mm-hmm.
Like we had to navigate life and make what's best out of it versus trying to strive for a goal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was more like, all right, life handed me this piece. How it handed me this lemon. How can I make lemonade out of it? Versus, hey, we have an idea to make a lemonade factory, and we need these pieces. It was just like, no, life is coming. We endure life, and in my marriage, it's been very much the same. Not really vision focused, but it's like, all right, so what we dealing with now, and just make the best of this. And so I've definitely had to learn to, hey, be more vision. Going back to what we was talking about earlier, I ain't with the missions and the visions. But,
shows up in more way than one.
But for
That's
my
crazy.
but for my life, I need to be more mission and vision focused. And then another thing that you said, bringing everything together, growing and maturing as a man, not realizing all the anxieties and stuff and the feelings and stuff, and growing and all those types of things, it comes on you, and then comes into your life. And then the thing that you mentioned was sometimes you don't have to have the full vision, maybe just 25%. Bruh, I be thinking that I have to have the full vision. I be thinking I have to have the full vision. Oh, I want you to go. I be thinking I have the full vision, not realizing that sometimes I don't need to have the full. Maybe I just need to start with just a little,
one of the best,
like 25%.
One of the best analogies. I forget where I heard this. I heard it in a church service somewhere. But one of the best analogies that I've heard was that, and it was used around faith, right? And I think it goes to vision as well. Is that like it's like headlights?
Yeah,
it's like headlight. When you're driving at night at headlights, you can only see so many feet in front of you.
Yeah.
But you could drive, in theory, it's not going to be dark the whole time, but you could drive from one end of the country to the other end of the country with just those headlights if it was dark.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is really have the next step. And that next step, that next little bit of vision, that next step is going to put you in position to take the next step, to take the next step. So it's really just about being able to work with what you have and move forward. It's like being able to, you got to be able to like see in the clouds, but you still have to be able to be cool with working and playing in the mud.
Can I build on that a little bit? Maybe the mission is the end goal, right? We plug that into that's like the GPS.
Yeah.
But the vision is what we can see in front of us that is going to get us to the next point, to get us to the next point. But we still have it plugged in as our mission. This is where we're going to get to. But realizing that the vision will only get us one step at a time.
Mm-hmm.
We can only see but so much.
Bruh. You can only you can only turn left, turn right, or keep straight.
Y'all helping me right now.
You can only turn left, turn right,
helping me right now. That's it. Y'all helping me right now
because we ain't going backwards.
We can't go backwards.
So you can only go straight, go left, or go right.
Going to stand in an analogy. Sometimes we might have to go backwards. Sometimes we might have to loop back around because the detours in life that happen. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Now,
An alpha man never takes backward steps.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. Never backwards.
In the sense that, the course may be, the course may change. I'm not taking a step backwards because I want to. I'm having to take.
Let's say it another way.
Yeah, that's a reframe.
Taking a step back and going backwards are two different things.
Yeah, or even rerouting is two different things.
That's what I'm thinking. Rerouting. Yeah.
Rerouting, and even if it is again to the point too, I think you also have people who will talk about like life will present you the same lesson until you learn it type situation. Like it'll present you the same lesson over and over until you learn it. Mel looking at me like,
don't I know it? You
know
helping me, bro. Go ahead.
You know what we can talk about. But I feel like to your point though, the difference in the reframe for me is that like going backwards is like allowing for those things to stop you from moving forward.
Yeah.
So it's a difference between like literally turning around, going backwards and living those moments versus like glancing in the rearview mirror.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can glance in the rearview mirror, but the
Yeah.
car is still going this way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And even to the reroute, right? Like the reroute might be that, okay, cool, you ain't learned this lesson yet, so maybe you are looping around, but we not going backwards.
Right.
We may be stuck in a loop,
Right.
but we not going back to where we was at.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
You ain't about to be back in Martinsville. Like we ain't going backwards. That's a whole different thing than saying like I got a detour. Or life is trying to teach me this lesson, I ain't learned it yet.
Yeah.
Going backwards is like, I went from, and not even, I was about to use a financial analogy, but I don't even want to make money a part of the conversation. You are not going to be now that you have matured, you are not going to become that immature person again.
Right.
You are not going to become less mature.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's not going to be a thing. That's just anybody who pays attention to those things, you know what I mean, or pays attention to their growth and paying attention and wants to be a better person, they're not going to allow for themselves to go backwards in that way. And so that's what going backwards to me is like bro, we can't go backwards. So I can't be who I was.
Before Mel jump on it, I want to thank y'all for clarifying because when I was thinking about going backwards, I'm thinking about the rerouting part.
Okay.
Sometimes we have to reroute because detours and stuff that we can't control. But yes, we're not going back.
Yeah, no
Bruh.
backwards. The floor is yours.
Part of the reason why I was being so quiet is because y'all been helping me. You know you've been helping. They know he talking to me right now. He talking to the pod, but he talking to me because a lot of stuff that we've been talking about in private recently.
Yeah.
And like that has been my thing, the mission and the vision. Because my entire life, where you say like for you, you're not with the missions and the visions and stuff. It's kind of always been burned into my memory as a child from like my dad, from being in church environment, stuff like that. It's like, especially as it relates to men, it was always taught to me where there's no vision, the people will perish.
Yeah.
If you don't have a vision, you don't have no direction, you don't know where you're going. Basically, like your life will be a failure. Like you will have. So I've lived my life off of vision, and from the time I was young until recently. When you say that you only see a piece of the vision, I see everything.
Yeah.
I see the whole thing, like with my real eyes. I can see the end destination before I get started with it. And that is the thing that's always allowed me to be confident enough to go forward because I could see the end and I would just go do stuff. And that's why I wasn't consulting nobody. I was just handling things. I was so committed to the mission and vision that I become narrow to where people be like, you hard-headed, you don't. But I'm like, if I'm going to make it to I can't do what you're telling me to do. I got to stay focused on.
Yeah.
I gotta keep in the space I've been in recently. Is that for the first time in my life, I can't see the end. I cannot see the end, and that has been what has caused me to have anxiety. What has caused me to be fearful. What has caused me to at times not be able to take the next step and do the practical. It's real simple. It's like, you know how you get frustrated sometimes. Y'all like, well, you telling me like it's easy. Like you telling me like it's easy. I'm like, well, it's simple, but it ain't easy.
That part.
And it's like, I can't even do the simple thing because it's like, for the first time, I cannot see the end. So I would always be able to rest in the fact I see the end.
Yeah.
I can, and now I can't. So now vision has not turned on its head, but it's like 180 degrees because now my vision is like, I just got to be able to see the next step. Next step. Like what's my next move? And that has been uncomfortable trying to fight my way out of that. Like trying to fight out of like needing to see the whole thing to be able to move forward.
One of the things that was very clear to me in this season for our family specifically, and had a kind of lot of family stuff going on this year. And I got to a point where I couldn't hold it no more, right? Like I'm the same way, right? Like to provide some context, like my dad wasn't like a regular person. He was a regular person, but he ended up like there's a high school in Charlotte named after him.
Yes.
So yeah, he passed away as an educator, as a teacher, coach, all the things. But he had such an impact on the people around him.
Yeah.
That they had new schools coming online the year that he passed, and the school board was petitioned by the community to name one of the schools after him.
Oh wow.
So I've never been. Once I kind of came into the realization of what that meant, it comes from a lineage. Like my grandfather was the same way, right? Like I think he might have been like the first Black president of Rowan County Community College.
Yeah.
Right. Like my family lineage in Salisbury, North Carolina, which is 45 minutes north of here, is like very, very deep roots there. Like very well known family in that
Sharita's
area.
mom is born and raised in Salisbury.
That's crazy. That's wild. I didn't know. I think we maybe have talked about that. But yeah, like that is so. I always my goal, to your point about vision and goal, was like to contribute to that legacy.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And everything. Like once the switch flipped when I was in high school going into college, and I was like, okay, cool. I made it through high school, average student. College is like a reset. I get to do it. That's when I was like, okay, I'm grabbing life by the horns and I'm gonna do things the way that I want to do it. There's not a goal that I'm not going to accomplish during this season. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going after it, and that's been the mindset ever since. That carried me from, call it 17, 18 to 32, 33.
Yeah.
That mindset. But what really was very apparent, just based off of a family situation, based off of again coming into maturity and that evolution and growth, is that like God made it very clear to me that like this next season that you're headed into with your family, having a child, etc., the vision that I would give for that is too limited. And I can't fathom what he would do, what he's about to do, or what he's going to do through our family. So I can't even think that I would be able to have to know. Like it's like it has to be.
So
it has to be faith.
your vision is too narrow.
Yeah, like for what I would
Yeah,
do
yeah.
for my life and for what I like the things I'm worried about. It's like, okay, we want to make sure the bills paid, doing this, blah, blah, blah. We
Yeah.
want to be able to travel, we want things. It's like, bro, the things that the platforms that he's building, the things that we're a part of, the work that I'm doing, the thing, like everything that he's doing for our family right now, it was basically it became very clear, and everything that's needed from just a mental and emotional perspective.
Yeah.
He made it very clear to me that like you're not going to be able to hold this,
Mhm.
so you are going to have to lean into me during this season.
Mm.
It became like I got to the point I was literally broke, like I was broken down. Like
Yeah.
I was like on the floor in the kitchen crying,
Mhm.
and my wife was there with me in that
Mm.
moment. And like that's when the light bulb kind of went off. It was after like a family situation that happened, not with our immediate family, but our extended family.
Mhm.
And that was the moment where it was like, yo, you're supposed to be like leading your family. You're growing into a space where you're going to be leading your family, and all these things need to happen, but you're not going to be able to have the vision for that, nor have the resources to execute what's needed. So you're gonna have to wait and like be in process until the things that you need come your way.
That hurry up
Waiting
and wait
process,
part
bro.
is crazy, bro. That hurry up and wait is crazy. Sometimes the reason why it's crazy for me is because in the waiting, and do I just do nothing? Do I give up? You know, that's the part
That's
right
the
there.
hard part.
I don't know.
Am I supposed to do something? Am I supposed to be doing something? Am I supposed to be sitting here waiting for you to say something to me? What am I supposed to be doing while I'm waiting?
Bro, we talked about that a couple episodes ago, bro. That's what that routine.
The routine. Okay, all right. So routine, yes.
Routine.
And okay, so I can't see the bigger picture. Fine. But what are the little pictures in between?
There's a step in front of you. Whether you realize it or not, there's a step in front of you.
There-
You always got options.
there's
There's always something.
Yeah, there's
always. And if you don't know, again, you could ask for.
Yeah, but sometimes you be so close to it that you can't even see it.
Yeah.
Like even for me, like that's why I was saying I was getting frustrated because a lot of the stuff that we talk about or you tell me to do, it's like, I mean, I knew that, but like I knew that, but why? It's like, and then you get frustrated because you like, I knew that, but why didn't I do that?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I know that's there. Why am I not doing it? Or how come I couldn't figure that out on my own? Or so different things like so. It's just like that. The whole waiting space. The thing is like, what am I supposed to be doing right now? Like, what am I going forward? Am I going backward? Am I detouring? What you got me on hold? Am I in the queue? Like what? What's up right now? So that I know what to do because I've been just like that, bro. Not like, and that's why no disrespect to Troy. Some of the stuff I've talked to Troy about, and he's given me some words that have carried me, or whatever. But you and I have been talking a lot in this season, just because I feel like some of the things that I've said have just been misinterpreted by people because they can't really see me and what I'm saying. They hear like a pity party, or they hear you're beating yourself up, or they hear you're being too hard on yourself, or something like that when I'm having a conversation. But they're not realizing that I'm actively trying to fight my way out of a space that I'm in. Like I'm in a box that I'm trying to fight my way out of.
Yeah.
So that my conversation is like I'm trying to figure out how to get out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how to get out of this box that you keep telling me I'm beating myself up in. I'm like, I'm not beating myself up. I'm trying to get out, and you're not giving me a ladder. You're not giving me, you're not helping me, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. So it's just been this process. Like I am literally sitting here having these conversations because I'm like, all right, now someone can actually see what it is that I'm saying, because like the last couple of years we talked about, like Sharita used to make fun of me all the time. She used to say, Melvin don't have feelings. Melvin don't have tear ducts. I never see Melvin cry. Melvin don't, deal with nothing. The last 2 years of my life, I feel like I've cried more than I've ever cried in my entire life. And it hasn't even been me. It'd be like days where I'm like, I don't even feel like I need to cry. I don't even feel like this is a crying moment. But before I know it, my eyes are crying.
Yeah.
It's like my soul is crying on my behalf, bro. It's like my soul is crying for me in this moment. And it's like, I don't even, sometimes you don't even realize what you're holding on to until, it slaps you in the face. So I was getting to the point where I was like feeling like you, like broken down, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, what do you want me to do? What is it that I'm not doing? So maybe if you tell me that, I can at least do it and we be on the same page. Like, help me get on the same page.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As you. So it's like that, just that feeling of like, bro, I just got to lean on you in this season. And then even trying to figure out what does leaning on you look like?
Yeah.
And the crazy part is though, that's where the beauty is, because that's where the exploration of yourself, the exploration of your relationships, like that's really where the meat is. If it's like the not knowing and going through the process of figuring out is like where the gems are.
That's where the
Playing
gems
in the
are,
white
yeah.
space is like where the magic, because you got to think anything that we have or anything that we've been anything that we have, anything that's been made, it started like literally from nothing. Like it started from somebody messing around trying to figure something out.
Yeah.
All the great innovations that come from like out of vision, it's making something that doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I forget again, I be taking in a lot of content. I'll be wanting to be stealing points from people, but it reminds me of like, I forgot where I heard this at, but it was just like, imagine being in the 80s and they building computers and you Steve Jobs and he like, yeah, in 30 years, we're going to have an iPad. Everything that you're doing with all this room, with all these big, it's going to be just like the size of a legal pad. And you're going to be able to do all of that. Imagine telling somebody in the 80s, we're going to make an iPad.
And it sounds crazy.
It sound
crazy.
You ain't never seen rain. We're going to build an ark.
Right.
Hey,
It's never rained.
Right.
And you telling me it's going to be enough
But it's
water
going to
for
rain.
everybody to perish, and you're building a boat?
Yes.
Okay, crazy.
Okay.
Okay, crazy guy. What Lace be doing?
Yeah,
That's how people will treat you, bro. And that's where to get back to the point, that process of doing those things is where those things get developed. Like Steve Jobs has to have the idea of, what if we could flatten everything in this room that is now a computer into the size of a legal pad?
Mm-hmm.
And now we have something to build towards.
Yeah.
And now it's just about waiting for technology to catch up and waiting for every innovation to happen and think about that's waiting for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's really, yeah, bro.
And that part right there, the waiting part, is realizing that me in my 40s, it may not come until my 50s or my 60s.
Or you don't know that.
It
may come in your 40s.
Well,
but
yes,
you know what I'm saying?
But I think what I'm saying is, part of me is realizing is understanding that, not losing hope.
Yeah.
Because that's the part. The part is, it could happen in my 40s. That's cool. But having the mindset of, all right, this may not come until later, I'll still continue to press on.
Gotta follow the
Because
process.
if I don't believe that it can happen at all, then where's my hope?
Doing it, right.
One of the things that I always go back to, one of my former financial advisor told me, and it was an unlock. He was like, most people don't realize this, but you don't reach your top earning years until your 50s.
Bruh, oh my gosh, that you speaking to me.
You don't reach your top earning years until your 50s. And if you think about your life, let's say you live longer than average life, you make it to 90, right? Or 100 or whatever. Like, think about your life in like 30-year sprints.
Yeah.
Where it becomes like learn, earn, return. So, you know what I'm saying? Like 0 to 30, you're learning. And then, 30 to 60, that's where you're earning. 60 to 90, you start to really be in position to actually have some substance to actually give back to the people that are in the previous position.
Mm-hmm.
And like really viewing this as like, same Nipsey Hussle, it's a marathon, right? Like really viewing it into that context, because there's so much information in front of us and so much opportunity and all these different things that you could feel like you're getting, and social media and all the things, you could feel like you're getting left behind. But really it's like, bro, it truly is a marathon. And for some people, it does pop early. Some people, it pops 2 or 3 times. They get it and lose it. You know what I'm saying? 2 or 3 times before they actually find something that is stable. You know what I'm saying? Because of their immaturity or because of not having this and not having that. So it's just remembering that, like, it's a marathon, and that's the journey of life. Like, even if you had it all right now, then what?
You know where I get stuck at?
You still wouldn't know where to go.
Where I get stuck a lot of times, as I'm learning recently with that, is in the waiting. Using the Steve Jobs example, he had enough vision to just think of the idea, a flat iPad with all the technology and stuff like that, to have the idea, to have the belief that it was possible. He didn't then sit there and get lost in the how was I going to make it flat.
Yeah.
Because you can't make it flat right now.
Because
technology doesn't allow for it.
I get stuck in the how.
How?
9 times out of 10, the thing that gets me stuck is the how. And I'm really learning how to get out of asking how first. instead of just focusing on the what.
The what? Yeah.
Focus on the what. Like, what is the thing? Like, even with like the pod, part of the reason why I didn't start it originally was because it was like, how? Like, how am I gonna, how am I gonna blah blah blah? It's always trying to figure out the how, and I think that's also me still trying to figure out how to do everything in my own might. Like, how am I going to make am I going to make this possible? And then if I don't physically see a way for me to make it possible, then I probably won't start, or I won't take the next step or whatever, because the only vision I have is that next step.
Yeah.
So it's like, how am I I gotta learn how to get out of the how all the time and just really focus on the what.
Yeah.
And then just take practical whatever steps to it. Because me and my dad was talking recently, and not similar. He doesn't have a school named after him or anything like that, but he's a regular person, but he's not a regular person at the same time. He's like, the stuff that I watch my dad do has kind of always made me feel like I had to live up to what he did, or like go beyond what he has done. So there have been a lot of things in my life where I'm grading myself off of the progress that I've seen my dad make, or the things that I've seen him do. And then we have the same name. We have the same birthday. I was literally born on my dad's birthday. That's how I got my name. And feeling like, I see what you're doing,
Bro, that's heavy.
but I'm not built like you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm built like you a little bit, but I'm not built like you. Like, there's things that you're doing that you're built to do. I'm not built that way. Like, me and we're not opposites, but I'm more rough around the edges than my dad. Like, my dad is more put together. You know what I'm saying? If that's I don't know the best way to explain it,
No,
but
for
he's more clean, put together, presentable. Like, the type of person that's meant to climb corporate or meant to stand in front of people and speak. And I'm more like a street prophet. I'm more, you know what I mean? I'm more like, I'm more urban. I'm more, raw. So like, a lot of our thinking is the same. A lot of our like habits are the same, but like, we're completely built differently. And I've been having moments with him where I'm talking to him sometimes, and part of it is like my frustration with the conversations I'm having with him sometimes is that in the midst of me having the conversations, I feel like I don't look strong in his eyes. Like, one of the things that a son never wants to feel is weak in front of his dad.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to look weak in front of your dad.
Yeah.
So it's like, sometimes when I'm having those conversations, I feel like I'm not representing myself strong in his eyes. And he's not treating me that way.
Yeah.
But it's just like how I feel coming to the table. So when he's asking me like, what's up with you? Like, what's going on? It's sometimes I'm hesitant to really say what's going on with me, because I don't want to, look weak in front of him and stuff. And I realize that I've spent a lot of my time feeling like I need to contribute to the legacy. So like, certain things that you saying like, oh, what's in your genes? No, he do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, he do that. That don't necessarily, mean it's for me. But I was telling him just this conversation that we have right now about not being able to see the whole picture for the first time. And he's like, oh, you got time. And I'm like, you're 60.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you're 60. Of course you can tell me I got time because you've lived 20 years longer than me to be able to know I have time. But when I don't have the extra 20 years that you have, what I feel like is my reality in this moment. And you start feeling like I done lived half of my life. When you start feeling like I've lived half of my life and the things that I thought would have happened for me haven't happened for me yet, or the things that I was dreaming about haven't come to pass yet, you can start to feel like, am I really supposed to be having this dream? Was this dream really meant for me? Am I really supposed to continue taking, steps toward it or whatever?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where it's the middle space of where I am now, not trying to lose hope and not still trying to feel like I'm behind. Like, not trying to put this time clock on my life. Because when we young, we thought 30 was old. We was like, oh, you about to turn 30, life is over with. If it ain't happening, if it ain't happened for me right now, by the time I turn 30, it is over with. So then you turn 30 and you kind of feel young. You're like, oh, well, I'm 30, Then you get closer to 40 and you like, Jesus Christ. Like, if I haven't had it by now, I'm halfway through my life. And then you start questioning everything about where you feel like you should have been versus where you are. And it's just a space. But I just really got to learn how to get unstuck from the how.
Well, going back to something that Dave mentioned earlier, we live in a microwave culture where things happen more quickly than anything else. And so imagine me being a freshman in college, sophomore in college, and I see this high school kid. No. I see this kid get drafted into the NBA and now he's a billionaire. Talking about LeBron James. And so it's like, dang, I'm not on LeBron James level and we the same age. You know what I'm saying? Like I look like looking around and then you see other people blowing up and stuff like that. Cause it's cool for Denzel and Will Smith and all those type of guys to be blown up. But then it's like you got people who just play video games and making millions of dollars, like Casanat and you know what I'm saying, Mr. Beast. He's doing his own games. What's that game on
it's Beast Games.
Beast Games. Yeah, he's doing his own Beast Games. It's like, dang, these cats are younger than me. These guys are my same age. Why am I not far along as I should be? But the whole point of it is just realizing that they are where they are and I am where I am, and I just continue to do what I need to be doing to get to where I need to be and enjoy life as I'm getting to that point. If I continuously look at it as I'm not there yet, I'm not enjoying the little moments and the little nuances, like enjoying this community, like because I'm so focused forward, I'm not in the present. And then I want to say this because I want to say this one more thing. It's so funny how you shared all those things about how you shared about how you feel about and how you see your dad internally. It's so crazy because how you described your dad is how I see you. Like, you got it together. You got your plans. You're a strong guy. I see you as being, you mentioned your dad. He's more corporate. I'm like, you kind of corporate too a little bit. Like, you know how to work those white spaces. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see you got a Tesla, okay? So if that don't tell you for something, you know what I'm saying?
You got a Tesla at your house. An ATL, you got a Picasso at your house.
But not on the status piece. But not even
sure.
not even looking on the status piece. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even looking at it status wise. I'm just looking at presentation, stature, and things of those natures. I was like, I don't know if you realize it, Mel. You really are describing yourself, and it shows the point that you can be something and you not even recognize that you carry that same thing. So when we go back and we watch that, listen to everything you said about your father and realize that there are people outside of you who look at you the exact same way. And I'm pretty sure Miles is going to be just like that too. He going to look at his dad like, man, my dad got it together. You know, once he comes out of this whole teenage type of phase, because, you know, he probably blinded by the booty right now. By, you know,
he ain't seeing none of that.
Okay,
well,
that's
good. Attached that VR headset all over.
Well, that's good. But you know, once he comes out, he's going to realize my dad had everything in control. When you are able to, I'm not sure if you shared the situation with your kids yet, but when you're able to, when they get older and you're able to share with them the things that they go through, that you went through, they gonna realize, I didn't realize nothing. I didn't realize none of those things, hardships was going through. I knew you had it under control.
Yeah.
So I just want to share that piece right there.
Good affirmation. I think part of you mentioned what gets me out of comparison, like you was talking about LeBron and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Is that like, one, knowing that people aren't built the same, but also it's like when you do the research on how what some of these cats went through and what they were willing to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think one of the first, using Mr. Beast as an example, like one of the first, because I watched a couple of his interviews recently. I was seeing Beast games. I was like, what's that? And he's got ties in North Carolina as well.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? I was like, let me look into this cat a little bit.
Get us on Mr. Beast when we first started, because he was central to North Carolina. Then he kind of blow-up-shuated. So I'm still trying to get on.
Blow-up-shuated. Jamie Foxx words.
Right? But when you look at, just I think one of the first viral videos he had when he was making videos was like, bruh, like sat on camera and counted to 1 million or something like that.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So it's like, in order to get to where somebody's gotten, you got to be willing to do what they have done. And then also, we don't know what burdens they have along the way. Like, he also has like some kind of like rare disease.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's got some kind of rare disease that keeps him in and out of the hospital. So he's like filming all these crazy videos, and he has enough of a machine and some content that can keep things flowing. But sometimes he's in the hospital like weeks at a time.
I did not know that.
You know what I'm saying? And he's still doing all the crazy things. He's still like, oh, I'm gonna swim with the sharks and the thing off the ocean with the thing, and the cage is gonna be halfway unlocked. But he's like, you know what I mean? While we're watching that video or whatever, you know, he could be going through some type of
Battling something
treatment.
quietly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there are all these I never, or even thinking about too, in terms of like, talk about like somebody like again bringing up somebody like Will Smith. It's like we saw a second emergence like in his career now,
Yeah.
where like things have gone from like what we grew up on with Fresh Prince and this, that, and the third, of him being like the man at the box office, to like bruh started doing YouTube. And arguably became a bigger star doing
From
that.
social.
Yeah, but standing on the work that he did previously. You know what I'm saying? It became much more accessible to a broader range of people who didn't, you know what I'm saying, go to the movies or didn't see his run from back when he was younger. And people are getting educated on that stuff now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, even in looking at those things there, it's like, it's almost like, bro, the annoying thing about losing folks at like an early age, whether you talk about like Kobe or Nipsey or whatever, is like, we don't know what they would have been had they made it to 60 or 70. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, imagine what LeBron is going to be at 80.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Assuming LeBron is like, ends up having this like trajectory of like the same way that we would look at, like, what's my man that produced everything? Like a Quincy Jones type of a legacy. Like, he lives to be that long. Lord willing, please let us see LeBron.
Please.
We need somebody.
Lord.
We need somebody from the generation to make it to
Please.
70, 80. You know what I'm saying? And so that we can see this full maturation of like, no, this man had a 40-year, 45-year run dominating his sport, dominating his initial industry. But then he had another 40-year run where he was dominating media, TV, branding, whatever he decides to, you know what I'm saying, go into. Like, that's what I'm interested in. Like, it really is. I mean, that's probably, we didn't even come in with like a straight up topic for this episode, but it's like, this is the marathon might have to be, like, the title of this episode is just like remembering that this is really it's a long game. All things being equal,
it's a long game.
It's a long game.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take that too, Troy. I know we about to close the episode, but I'm gonna take what you said and go back and listen to it, because I legitimately do not see myself the way other people see me, bro. I never have. In my eyes, in my mind, I say it all the time to other people. I be like, I ain't nobody for real.
Yeah.
I say it all the time. Y'all heard me say it all the time. I be saying I'm not nobody for real. But that's literally how I see myself. Like, not as like nobody, but like nobody that you should be esteeming, or nobody that I feel like you should be looking up to, a model in your life. That's just kind of how I'm just out here living. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like figuring it out day by day. So I be saying stuff like that, like, I ain't nobody for real. Not to say that I'm nobody, but just like, I've never considered myself a role model, if that makes sense. So I don't see, some people see themselves that way. They want to coach other people and, you know, take them under their wing and let me show you something that I kind of have. Hey, bro, if you get something from me, cool, but that wasn't my intention, type of thing. So I definitely could use some reframing.
No, for sure.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I think, because in a very similar circumstance, I had to go through the same process, right? Because my entire family on both sides is like, they're educators, like traditional educators, like school system. Like, my sister and my mother both have PhDs. Like, it's a thing.
Oh, snap.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a thing. Like, everybody's in education. I got one cousin who's an engineer, and then one that's a social worker, so she's still kind of working with kids.
Yeah.
But like, my whole family infrastructure, we come from a lineage of educators. And it was two things that kind of were unlocks for me. Is one, when I realized when we came out of the last season, when we were, you know, running the agency and had a nonprofit and all that kind of stuff, it kind of hit me that, like, I am contributing to that education. I'm just doing it in a different way.
In a different way,
and for a different audience.
Mm-hmm.
And really for what's updated in time.
Yeah.
Like, education was the model back when my peoples was making it shake, in the same way that corporate might have been the model when your pops was coming through. But now we in a different era. So it's like really being the 2.0 version of that. And it really hit me up to like, okay, I'm still educating people. I'm still talking to people about things that are happening with people. You won't be surprised. We just had municipal elections, and I haven't been able to be as tapped in, but I had people hitting my phone like, "Hey, bro, I'm finna go vote. What's going on?
Listen.
Yeah, what happened? I heard something like, do you know what's going on?" And I'm like, bro, I'm like, this last year and a half, 2 years been so crazy, you know, having a baby and all that. I haven't even been able to be tapped in for real. But just the fact that, like, people know that, like, okay, you got that kind of information. Or people just like, yo, I got a random branding question or a random business question or a random, like, I'm still very much an educator in my own right. And it also connected, the other thing was, we had a conversation a couple of Thanksgivings ago where we were at my aunt's house because we alternate between Atlanta and Charlotte for Thanksgiving. So we're at my aunt's house, everybody's drinking, having a good time, and we just start asking the elders questions and stuff, right? And they start talking about my great-grandmother on my mother's side. And she was an entrepreneur. And this whole time,
You never knew that.
I've been thinking that that was maybe like 4 years ago, and maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and that just, it gave me so much peace because this entire time I'm like, dang, I felt like a black sheep in the family. Like, I'm the only business person. I'm the only person that like has like done anything entrepreneur wise. Like, and my family knows that about me, you know, because of the path that I chose and all that kind of stuff, leaving school and all that. Once I left school and like left corporate after that, like just kind of blazing my own trail. And this whole time I thought, like, dang, bruh, nobody in my family had done this before. And lo and behold, my great grandmother had a cleaning business. She used to clean people's houses, and she had a dry cleaning business she ran out of her crib. And that's how my grandmother and her sister, my aunt that lives in Atlanta, that's how they were raised. They were raised cleaning up, working and cleaning up people's houses and stuff like that. That was the initial kind of thing that they used to work for her business, and then she used to have dry cleaning at the crib. And I thought for the longest that I was just like this random anomaly of like the only person in my family that was an entrepreneur. But it's like just to say that everything is there. It's just that it's a different version for the context that we live in right now. So it's beautiful that you had an opportunity, and it's also, you were talking about like being not wanting to seem like weak in front of your pops. And it's like, I'm thinking in my mind, like, dang, bro, who else are you supposed to be weak in front of? Because he got the experience. He got the 20 years experience. He got so that's why he asking what's going on, because he know, like, yeah, about
he
this
know
time
I'm off.
I was,
he know
like,
I'm off. That's why he asking.
It's about that time. Let me check in. I remember I was doing blah, blah, blah. Yeah, let me see what bro got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like he opening the door, and then like you like, dang. Yeah. We good. I'm straight. He like,
come on, bro.
Be honest.
I know.
That's how you say too.
Right. I believe it, because I can imagine, bro. I can imagine just from, you know, mentors and other conversations, just talking to folks. Like, but that's the, again, lean into that relationship, bro. That's beautiful that you know, connected to him in that way, and y'all still got that. Because, yeah, bro, that's something that, not to say I'll never be able to have it, but it's something that is definitely like missing. And really having to go to like the Heavenly Father, not having like a physical
earthly father
to be able to lean into. So you can look for mentors and look for people and look for groups, but bro, you got your pops, you know what I'm saying? That's like right there. And it's just like, even if it's like, you know, they say take the meat and spit out the bones, like, okay, let me get the point of what he's talking about and let me try to apply it, because I'm out here trying to pull it from every which way.
Yeah. Send him this episode. He ain't never heard of it. Send him this. Send him this episode.
He was like, "You got a podcast?"
Yeah.
I've only been telling you this for 4 years.
Yeah.
Does pretty well, actually.
They listen when they want to listen.
Right.
I don't think he was listening until I told him how well it was doing.
Right.
Because he was like, "Oh, yeah, how's your podcast doing?" I was like, "Yeah, it's doing all right." He was like, "Do you got more followers than me on LinkedIn?" And I was like, "Well, depending on how many followers you got on LinkedIn." He's like, "I got 10,000. I'm past 10,000."
Way past 10,000.
He's like, "Oh, you are? Where?" Then he's like, "Send me a podcast. I'm gonna put it in my network."
There you go.
Absolutely. Send it.
Appreciate you.
No, shout out to Pops.
Well, listen, we hope you all enjoyed this episode of Manly D's podcast. It has been super duper great conversation.
Yeah,
yes,
that was dope.
Great conversation.
Real.
We started off talking about Kanye West, and we ended up with my father is my inspiration.
Hey, that's you get everything when you come to.
You get
Manly D, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
You get everything, and you know what you also should get? Merch. But with that being said,
subscribe to the Patreon.
Subscribe to the Patreon.
Subscribe to the Patreon.
It's
free.
It's free and
for now.
And you know what? We talked about the concept of waiting. Wait for us on Patreon. We're going to get there. We're going to have all the types of things that you all desire to have as a community, linking with Manly D's podcast. It's your boy Troy. Dave has wings. Melly Mel. It's the Manly D's podcast. We out. See, I got your name right that time.
Appreciate you.
What it do, though? It's your boy, Dr. Life Coach Lace, a.k.a. NBA Old Boy, a.k.a. I'm him, a.k.a. the menace no relation to Dennis. Look, stop what you're doing because I'm about to ruin. We need you to stop what you're doing right now. Subscribe to the potty. We know you love listening to us. We bring a lot of great content, great conversation, a lot of fun, jovial conversation across the board. So tap in with us. Make sure after you subscribe, please like so that we can showcase that you care, that we care for you, and that we bring in the heat to everything that we do. So lock in with us, Manly D's Podcast. Share it with your entire community, your entire network, because we bring in the real to the real.